Hello and good afternoon, guys. Welcome to MK Convenience Brokerage. My name is Mohammed. In this video, we're going to go over the sample CST multi-subject Teachers of Childhood Education Trends, Part 1 of Literacy and English Language Art. So, for those of you that are taking the CST test for teaching education, you know that there's three parts: ELA, science, and math. Science is the easiest one, so multiple choice questions, and usually you'll get the results right then and there. ELA and math, obviously, you have essays and other things in considering to effect, so keep that in mind. You might get the results a little bit delayed, meaning that you'll probably get it by mail, email, and it will take some time. But usually for science, I know that you'll get the results right then and there. So we're going to go over some sample questions, and I'm going to explain to you why the answer is and what's going on. So this way you'll get a little taste of when you go take the real test. So question number 1, which factor is most frequently the underlying cause of children early difficult in learning to read? A. Limited general background knowledge. B. Weak phonological processing skills. C. Immature knowledge of syntax. Or D. Poor visual acuity. So the correct answer for this one is B. Again, read the question. What are they asking for? They're asking for what's the most frequently underlying cause of children early difficulty in learning to read. It's mostly with weak phonological processing skills. So for those children that, or for those teachers, should I say, that deal with children, usually that's what the early stages of difficulties children tend to have. They have, problem with reading, processing skills. They have a limited knowledge on what's going on. Thus, that's why they have the weak skills in the beginning. So basically, that's hence why the answer is poor visually acuity, immature knowledge of syntax comes later on, but that's the basic phonological awareness is one of the basic skills that the children tend to have in early stage. Question number 2. As an integral part of the planning reading instruction, a fifth grade teacher provides students with opportunities to interact with objects or illustrations related to important context in planned text. For example, during an earth science unit, before students read an informational passage about the effect of pollution on the ecosystem of a vernal pool, the teacher arranges a guided class visit to a vernal pool in the area. Which statement best explains a research-based rationale for this practice? A. Literacy activities that appeal to multiple intelligence promote the reading motivation of all students. B. Multisensory approaches are effective for reinforcing print-based skills. C. A text-rich environment plays an important role in the literacy development of elementary readers. Or D. Background knowledge is an important factor in reading comprehension. So the correct answer for this one is D. Background knowledge is an important factor in reading comprehension. Again, the question requires you to examine and demonstrate the knowledge of the role of background knowledge in text comprehension and strategies for planning in text-rich classroom environment and for promoting independent reading in a wide variety of text types and genres to support text comprehension through the development of academic background knowledge. Again, read the question. They're going based on background knowledge. The questions are very tricky. If you don't read the questions correctly, you will get the questions wrong. Usually, what the first choice is your right choice. Always make sure you do that, but always read the questions carefully at the same time. Question number 3. Students in the 6th grade class are preparing to read Lawrence Yelp novel Dragonwing, to which the narrator leaves his home in China as a young boy to join his father in California. Over the course of the novel, the father and son confront racial prejudice experienced in the 1906 San Francisco earthquake and forge a friendship. Before students begin the novel, they write in their reading journals about a time when they felt like strangers in a strange land. The assignment will most likely enhance students' ability to A. Visualize the novel's character and setting. B. Draw conclusions about the novel's central themes. C. Predict events that lead to the novel climax. Or D. Understand the perspective of the novel's narrator. So the correct answer is D. Again, the question requires examiners to apply knowledge of developmentally appropriate research and evidence-based assessment and instructional practice to promote students' development of independent strategies that support reading of literature and purpose understanding. Example, making and verifying predictions, visualizing and making connections. As you can see, the answers within the question. What is the author trying to do? What are they trying to do? They're trying to help you understand the perspective of the novel's narrator. What is the novel trying to narrate? So that's the purpose of that. So, question 12. So we have one more question and we'll finish. Which of the following is the most appropriate sequence for an individual to follow when beginning the career planning process? Is it A, B, C, or D? The correct answer is going to be B. The most successful careers are usually those that match up in a significant degree in individual background and personal characteristic. Look at B, defining interests and abilities, identifying potential career choices, and gathering career-related information. That's how you're supposed to go. Other choices are not in order. That's the way the order is supposed to be. So the first step is always career planning. You begin from somewhere. You begin with career planning, then you go with identifying potential career options. Again, and the first thing you're going to see is what's your interest. Obviously you need to know what your interest is, then you find out the career, and then you go from career related information. So you need to have interest in something in order to begin somewhere, so keep that in mind. 11. In which situation would consumers the best advise to delay the purchase of an expensive product that they do not need urgently? Is it A, the price of substitutes to the product is likely to rise in coming months? Is it B, consumer demand for the product is likely to increase in coming months? Is it C, the number of firms making the product is likely to increase in coming months? Or D, newer version or recently induced product are likely to be available in coming months? The answer for this one is D. Correct response obviously is D. The reason is there are two primary reasons why someone might choose to delay the purchase of an expensive product. If they are likely that the cost would drop and or improvement to the products were likely to be made when a product first appeared, or B, as the demand for product grows, the product process expands. So obviously with this one, it's going to be B. Now keep in mind, this is how they ask you these questions in the CST multi-subject test. I always recommend people taking workshops and going to taking extra practice tests, because the test costs money. Obviously you are paying money for this test. The more you know, the better it is. So keep that in mind. With that being said, that's about it. This was just a sample 5 questions that I was able to get for you guys. If you guys do have any other questions, comment, concern, please comment, like, subscribe. I'll try my best to help you out as much as possible to clarify any confusion you guys have. Thank you again, guys, for watching this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it.